Hope everyone is able to hear me. So let us move forward. So this is Strategic Alpha's weekly roundup, 22nd August 2025. Now let us first discuss about the frontline indices. So India VIX closed at 11.73. It was down 5.1%. Nifty 50 was up 1%. Nifty Mid Cap 100 was up 2%. Small Cap Index was up 2.2%. Public Sector Enterprise Index was down 1.17%. BSE IPO Index was up 4.69%. In the past 1 week, we have seen these consumption related stocks or rate sensitive stocks have done extremely well. Nifty Auto was up 5%. Nifty Consumer Durables was up 4.7%. Nifty MNC was up 4%. Nifty Transport and Logistics was up 3.9%. Nifty Reality Index was up 3.9%. Now let us look at the commodities performance. Um Silver was down 0.15%, gold was down 0.22%. But just now, just 1 hour back, there has been few developments from US, and we have seen silver shooting up 2.4%. Gold is also strong. So other energy commodities, UK gas was up at 2.2%, heating oil was at 7.15%, ethanol was up 2.92%, Brent crude was up 3.77%. Now let us look at other commodities performance. So these are the commodities which were firm. Let us directly go through the news which matters the most. So SEBI's index norm relaxation to ease $1 billion sell-off risk for HDFC, ICICI, because both carry weights of 29% and 26.5%. So looking at Jane Street manipulation, what happened? SEBI had decided that there should be index rationalization because there were huge weights from HDFC and ICICI, and it was easier for the big players like Jane Street to manipulate, because just you need to control these two stocks and you are able to manipulate the indices. That is what used to happen. So there was a development which came that HDFC and ICICI, their weight rationalization will happen, but that could have triggered a sell off in both these stocks. So there is a norm relaxation for one deal from SEBI, and now that risk is not there. So Nifty Rejig, we have seen that Max Health and Indigo are likely to enter the index, and IndusInd Bank and Hero Motocorp may exit from index. Now let us look at second news. GST panel recommends scrapping 12 and 28% tax rates. Because of the same reason, last week we have seen on the Monday itself, there has been a big rise in markets. And after that, on Thursday at around 11:12 p.m., we have seen a development coming from SEBI, means not a development, a commentary coming from SEBI about weekly expiries, and because of that entire capital market index was down and the market also take a beating. So until yesterday markets were going up, but after 11 a.m. news regarding this weekly expiries, market started tanking. So there was a big gap which formed on all the indices. Now looks like that gap will be filled soon. So India pushes Bitcoin blockchain in the land records amid state and judicial backing. So that is the development in past 1 week. Now let us look at Strategic Alpha's FTVT framework. So what has happened is, even though yesterday there was a bit of a softness in Nifty capital markets theme, it is still at a stage where it can outperform the small caps. So Nifty capital markets is a sector which is an uptrend. high relative strength, and reasonable valuations. I will not call it as a low valuations, but reasonable valuations. Now let us look at stocks which I am studying. I'm studying Global Spirits and Electra GreenTech. So you can also study with Electra GreenTech. I see multiple triggers ahead for Electra GreenTech, and it is a stock which is already on a 3 month basis. It is already outperforming Nifty auto sector, and since Nifty auto sector has given a breakout, Electra GreenTech can be one of the story which should be looked at. So this is studying it from a satellite point of view because my conviction on Hero Motocorp was much higher, but I'm still looking at this Electra GreenTech more from a trading basis. Now I'm also studying this Global Spirits. One of our community member had presented this case in the Conviction Club. I'm myself studying more onto it. So Global Spirit, and I'm looking it from a long-term perspective. So I'm researching it. Nothing conclusive as of now. I'm still studying it. So now let us move forward with what happened. So just this presentation was made at around 5 p.m. today, and this is what I wanted to say, that silver has bounced from the channel support, and we might see a bounce here, good bounce here, and that has already happened. Now silver is already trading above this line because silver has just moved 2% in past 1 hour. So silver is trading from bouncing from the channel support, and it is into a long-term channel. If it breaks this long-term, medium-term channel also, there can be a huge short covering rally. So, but the rally in silver depends upon gold, how it behaves, because unless and until gold crosses $3,500, there cannot be sustained rally in silver. So one thing which you need to watch is gold. If it crosses 3,500 USD, it can be a big trigger for silver, because silver always trade at a percentage of gold's price, and the prices which are mentioned here is per ounce prices in USD terms. So 3,500 USD, whenever it crosses that level, it can be big bullish for silver. Gold will already will be bullish above 3,500, but it is more bullish for silver. So from that angle, one should track gold. So gold miners is already up 16% in August 2025 till date, and recently in past 1 2 hours it might have moved up more. So gold miners is already doing well. In fact, it is up 130 to 135% when we discussed this case just 18 months back on our YouTube channel. So gold miners is already up 132%. One thing which I've been talking about is Hang Seng. So Hang Seng Tech ETF is placed much better than Indian markets. One should be looking at that, and one cannot be ignoring this asset class. So also last yesterday, as the development came from regarding the weekly expiries, it was a bad development for the capital markets theme, especially for the exchanges. But there are some of the stocks which are heavily outperforming the index. So first three stocks, these are the stocks which are currently heavily outperforming the index. This is Nippon AMC versus Nifty Capital Markets. It will continue to do well. HDFC AMC versus Nifty Capital Markets. This also ratio has touched a new all-time high, which means this also will do good. Now, JM Financial versus Nifty Capital Markets, it will keep on continuing doing with. Nothing from this should be taken as a recommendation. Whatever we are discussing here is purely from an educational perspective. Please do not take this as a recommendation. But these are the stocks which will continue to do well within the capital markets theme. Now, one of the stock which is important from a capital market perspective is Bombay Stock Exchange. Now that stock has gone into weakness since yesterday. So the asset management companies and other capital market stocks can keep on doing well, but the exchanges, especially BSE, might struggle. So this is what is looking uh, if we look at capital markets theme. Now let us look at one more thing. Is what has happened is last week only I had discussed that index has bounced up from this 30-week moving average, and we can see a fresh rally, short covering rally ahead. And we saw that short covering rally on Monday, but as the week progressed, there was some negative developments on the capital markets, and the rise which it had, it gave up some of the rise, but there is still a gap. So what is a possibility going ahead is we might see a gap filling here, but this is Nifty 50 equal weight index. Even if the some weakness happens next week, it shouldn't be a cause of worry, because it will just come down to the fill that gap. And any dip, unless and until, as long as the Nifty equal weight index is about 31,200, uh, the- it is we are still in uptrend, so there is no one shouldn't be worried about it. So the dips will be opportunities to spot any trades, or even good to add to your original existing investments. So why I'm using Nifty equal weight index is because Nifty 50 index, if you are looking at Nifty 50 index, it is not a true representative of Indian markets, because index is highly skewed. But if we do that equal weight, you get a better picture of the index. So that is the reason why I use Nifty 50 equal weight index. So it gives you true representation of the markets, because every weight is equal weight here. Now, one of the stock which I am studying, as I said, this weekend is Electra GreenTech. First of all, it has came out of this downward sloping channel. Then there was a breakout on 22nd of July. And once again, the stock price has started going up above this breakout line. And there is a cup and handle type of a breakout seen here in Electra GreenTech. And it is outperforming Nifty Auto Index. So these are the triggers why I got interested in that stock. On in this weekend, I'll be completing my study on Electra GreenTech. I already own this Electra GreenTech, just bought it today, but I might increase it further only when I get the confidence. So this is what I am looking at this stock. So this was all about this weekly roundup this week. Don't forget to follow us on our social media handles for the dose of knowledge, wisdom, and ideas. We are available on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. So all in all, if I want to conclude, markets are buy on dips as long as you're above 31,200 on Nifty equal weight index. And you should be adding on to your weak stocks whenever you see strong stocks. Whenever you see a dip here, it is a good point to um, initiate start your trading and all these things. And there is a possibility of a small dip here, 300-point dips here, maybe 1% dip from these levels, but it shouldn't be a reason for worry, because the markets are already in uptrend, and it has bounced up from this 30-week moving average. The only thing is the small caps, you should be careful about the small caps even now. Highly selective small caps you can take. Small cap index itself is at a vulnerable stage. So that I repeat it even now. And you cannot ignore Chinese equities, silver, some precious metals, miners. Those should be a part of the portfolio. So with this, I conclude that this weekly roundup, weekly community connect is over. So if you have any questions,